completed the insertion and the traversal part in single linked list, single circular linked list. So today we'll try to delete a few number from a circular linked list, because it is hard to delete a number in a linked list than an array. It was so easy into an array कि okay, we will just give the index number and we can delete the number, right? But in linked list we have to do a lot of things to delete a number. So first understand there will be a 2 3 scenarios. One, the list is empty, then we have to give them कि okay, list is already empty, there is no need to you know delete a number in this list. Second, if list contain only a single node, then what to do? Third scenario, when list contain more than one node, then what to do? There are three scenarios in single circular linked list to delete a number. Now we will first discuss the last scenario कि okay, if there are multiple node in a linked list, then what to do? So if you look at there will be a so mm, there is data and there is next. So data will be something like 10, 20, 30, 40, right? And they all will be pointing out to the next, 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 and the last will be always pointing out to the first one, right? And the head will be pointing out to the first node in a singular circular linked list. Now there will be a three scenarios that what we need to delete. First scenario will be we found the data that I want to delete or we want to delete on the first node or a head node, right? In scenario means head dot data is equal to data, then what to do, right? So what we can do over here, this will be the easiest scenario. uh, we will say कि okay, we will pointing out directly head to this one. Now if it was not a circular linked list, it was more easier. So we will break this head connection with this node, right? And what we need to do now in the last node, क्योंकि the last node that is going to till the head, we will say कि okay, you can directly pointing out to this, and we can break this connection also. So if we break this connection and this connection, this node will be out of our linked list. So this is the first way or first scenario. Second scenario will be कि okay, we will find our node into somewhere in between, right? कि okay, uh, you know let's say we will not going to do this, or we will not going to do this, or we will not going to do this. So head is again here, and now we want to delete 20 or 30, right? Some a number that is already in a list or in between multiple nodes. So if I'll say कि, okay, I want to delete 20 or 30, like say we'll delete 30. So what we will do, simple, we will run two temporary variables that will be go into the current node and the previous node also. Now we just have to do one thing कि, okay, the reference will be directly shifting it to this, and we will break this connection, right? It means this 30 is no longer into the linked list now. This is the second scenario. And the third scenario will be what? If we want to delete the last node, then what we need to do? If 20 will be there, we want to delete 41. So same scenario, we take two numbers, temporary and temporary one. We will traverse this list and we will reach out कि okay, we will need to delete 41. So we just need to create कि okay, we will break this connection, and from this point we will say कि okay, this will directly pointing out to head node. So our circular linked list will be 10, 20 and 30, and it will circulate like this only, and 40 is out of our list. uh, so is this logic clear little bit? कि okay, logically got it कि okay, what we need to do, we will create a program to explain this. uh, so yesterday we created this. So let's delete this function. So we inserted and we created a show function to show our list, Now creating a delete function. Now delete function, what delete will do, let's look at void delete. In delete, a user can send data from public static void main. And now we will look at the three scenarios that we were discussing. First, create a temporary nodes also, node 3, temp is equal to head. They both initially will pointing out to our head part. 3, temp 1 is equal to head, right? Now the first scenario is, if list is empty, right, then we can directly return it back ki, okay, list is already empty, means head is equal to null. It means we will tell them ki, okay, system out dot println, uh, no node in list, there is no node over there, right? Now if we look at the multiple scenarios, like if we found our data on the head itself, then what we need to do, head dot data is equal to data. If we found our data on the first node, what we need to do, we need to make sure ki, okay, we need remove the reference from the last node, so that this data will not be going to be on 10th. We will fix ki, okay, the last node will contain the reference for the 20th, the next node. Now what we will do over here, we need to run a loop to till the time temp dot next not equal to head. And this situation will be only false, right, when this list will reach in the end. Only last node contains in the next the reference for the head only. They all don't contain, 20 is not containing the reference for head, 30 is not containing reference for head, only 40, means last node will always contain reference for the head in circular linked list. So this loop will go on till end. Then what we need to do, temp is equal to temp dot next to reach the last. In the last, what we need to do, we will say ki, okay, head is equal to will be head dot next, means we are shifting head from here to here, right? And now we are saying ki temporary dot next will be directly shifting to the new head. I think this is done for the first scenario. Now we'll look at the another scenarios. In another scenarios, we will say ki, okay, if we are not going to find the value on the first node, what we need to do, first we will shift temp is equal to temp dot next, then we will run the loop ki, okay, till the time we will not going to reach in the last. What we need to do over here, first, if temp dot data is equal to data, till the time we don't find our number to delete, what we need to do over here, uh, temp is equal to temp dot next, and we will make sure temporary one will be reaching out to temp now. If this will go on, okay, so these two will not be into if condition. If this will be true, these two will come outside the loop. If this will be true, because we found our data, we just need to do one thing, temp one dot next will be pointing out to temp dot next, क्योंकि temps next will be shifting to our temp next. Now in this scenario, if this loop will be go on and this loop will be reaching out in the end, what we need to do in the end, the same thing that we are doing over here. If we found our data in the last node, temp dot data is equal to data, what we need to do over here, we are just saying the same thing again, क्योंकि temp1 is equal to temp sorry temp1 dot next will be storing the data for the head, and we are done. I think this will work. So we are trying to delete few numbers initially, and then we are calling the show. So compiled without error Java. So initially the list was 100, 200, 10, 500, 150. Then we print the show, then we call the delete 500, and 500 is removed from our list. Then we can check, okay, if first number is getting deleted, compiled and run. The 100 is removed from the list, or we can check in between number. So now 10 is removed from the list, right? And same, we can delete multiple numbers. So we can delete 500 also. So 10 and 500 both are removed from our list. So specifically in circular linked list, if you really want to check it out ki, okay, this is working, this is the best way. Why? Because circular linked list will go on till the time they are not finding head, or the whole circle will be completed, right? So is it clear?